It's been a while, but hey everybody, it's Christopher Kovacs back at it again with another Railfan Review. In this video, we'll take a look at one of the most hotly anticipated HO-scale locomotives, the Rapido Trains Canadian Pacific H1A and H1B Hudson. The H1A and H1B Hudsons were the brainchild of Canadian Pacific's Chief of Motive Power and Rolling Stock, Henry Blaine Bowen. They were built in two batches of 10 each between 1929 and 1930. Designed to work fast passenger trains, they were later supplemented by the H1C, H1D, and H1E Royal Hudsons. The H1As and H1Bs survived until the end of steam, with the first retirements not coming until 1957. Some members of the class rounded out their final days pulling commuter trains out of Montreal. One of these engines would be the only H1A or B Hudson to survive, number 2816. Built by the Montreal Locomotive Works in December of 1930 for the CPR, the 2816 was purchased in 1962 by New England seafood magnate F. Nelson Blount and moved to his Steamtown, USA collection in Bellows Falls, Vermont. After a lengthy period of outdoor storage and display, including a move with the rest of the collection to Scranton, Pennsylvania, the 2816 would be repatriated by the Canadian Pacific in 1998. After a 3-year restoration effort, the locomotive returned to steam in 2001 and was ready to take her place as Canadian Pacific's public relations mascot. The engine also received a new nickname, the Empress, a nod to the ocean liners that Canadian Pacific used to run in its heyday. For the next decade, the 2816 would tour the length and breadth of the CPR system, and even star in the acclaimed IMAX documentary film Rocky Mountain Express. When Hunter Harrison became the CEO of Canadian Pacific in 2012, he viewed the steam program as a waste of money. With no support from leadership, the 2816 was quietly rolled into a pavilion in Calgary and left in storage. Out of sight and out of mind. To make up for the world being on pause during the pandemic, and to boost morale during the 2020 holiday season, Canadian Pacific hosted a virtual holiday train concert. In addition to the many musical artists who usually perform during the live train tour, there was another bombshell performance from a very special guest. The 2816 herself, back under steam for the first time in 8 years. The engine was inspected and permitted to run around the CPR campus at Calgary for the filming of the virtual concert. While this initial comeback performance was thought of as a one-off, Canadian Pacific's new CEO, Keith Creel, was thinking of an even better way to bring the Empress back on a national stage. In April 2023, Canadian Pacific tied the knot with Kansas City Southern, becoming Canadian Pacific Kansas City, or CPKC. To celebrate a year of uniting Canada, the United States, and Mexico by rail with one railroad, the 2816 went on the final spike steam tour beginning in late April of 2024. The Empress and her crew were pushed to their limits, running nearly 10,000 miles on a 4-month round-trip odyssey from Calgary to Mexico City and back. The 2816 claimed the record for the longest single steam excursion in North American history. At the time of this production, the Empress and her crew are enjoying a well-deserved rest after their marathon tour. What the future holds for 2816 is anyone's guess. But here's hoping that this won't be the last we see of her. Rapido's model of the H1A and B Hudsons were first announced as part of the Icons of Canadian Steam range in 2015. Owing to the pandemic and the prioritization of other model projects, the H1A and B Hudsons, and indeed the entire Icons of Canadian Steam range, would be delayed. However, Rapido started taking pre-orders for the models beginning in 2022. Among the myriad of features that the models come with, they feature the standard level of detail that Rapido is known for. That is to say, very high detail, as well as an exquisite light package and a wonderful Lock Sound 5.0 decoder. The engines also come with Rapido's Mo-Power Keep Alive technology, which keep the engine running for up to 10 seconds after it's removed from track power. The H1A and B Hudsons come in a variety of styles, with two main paint schemes. The as-delivered paint scheme features the locomotive with a gunmetal gray boiler and cylinder jacket, black paint, and gold lettering and trim. The later versions come with the running board shroud and CPR's famous Tuscan red paint. Both versions can be ordered with or without elephant ear style smoke deflectors. Furthermore, the Tuscan red variants can be ordered with two different variations of Canadian Pacific's logo. The model of 2816 comes with a few modern features to better represent her current excursion appearance. These include the ditch lights on the front of the engine, as well as the second dynamo atop the boiler, and the oil-burning tender, which she got during her first overhaul between 1998 and 2001. While the other H1A and H1B Hudsons come in the standard Rapido packaging, the 2816 comes packaged in an exquisite wooden display box. After getting through the service manual, the exploded parts diagram, the colorful stickers, and the usual promotional guffins, you'll find your model encased in a beautiful foam padding, as well as the standard ice cube packaging. When I first took the model out of its packaging, about a week ago at the time of recording this, I can safely say that once again, Rapido has hit a home run. It's as if the modeling team went to Calgary and shrunk the 2816 down with a shrinking ray and delivered her to my house. And while I could gush about the details of this locomotive all day, let's put her back in the box and take her to the Associated Model Railroads of Columbia layout for a true test. As you've already seen on the channel, I ran 2816 around on the layout light engine, as per Rapido's service manual. This past Thursday, I took the engine back to the layout and decided to test her under load. The 2816 easily walked away with a 15-car reefer block or a 10-car passenger train with no help at all. She looked and sounded great while pulling anything that was tied to her tender. My final thoughts are best summed up by a quote from the great Wile E. Coyote. Brilliance. Sheer, unadulterated brilliance. The MSRP for 2816 in particular was a staggering $750 US. I purchased my model through Train World at a very good discount, about $110 less than the MSRP. If you want to get a model of 2816 or any of the other H1A and H1B Hudsons, get on the ball right now. Rapido is completely sold out of the models at their headquarters, but if you contact dealers like Train World or ModelTrainStuff.com, you might be able to find one of these. But again, I should stress, this is a limited time opportunity. Only one run of these models will ever be made, and it doesn't seem likely that Rapido will be recataloging these anytime soon. Before I wrap the video up, I want to say thank you all very much for your support on my channel, and I apologize for the lack of review-style content in the past few years. When I'm not on vacation filming real trains, I volunteer on real trains too at the South Carolina Railroad Museum, not to mention my career with the Air Force keeping me very busy indeed. But when time permits, you might see more of these videos in the future. I'd also like to give a shout out to Santa Fe 669 for allowing me to use her footage of 2816's Final Spike Tour in this video. If you'd like to see more rail fanning action, especially around the Chicagoland area, then please check out her channel and subscribe. If you like to keep up with the stuff that I post, feel free to hit the subscribe button, like the video, and ring the bell so you stay up to date. Until next time, this is Christopher Kovacs. Thank you all very much for watching, and keep on steaming.